About 2 days ago, as of this recording, Nintendo went live with their Digital Partner Showcase, aka the third-party direct. There were only about 4 games that stuck out to me, and 2 of them got playable demos. Sega's Shinobi Art of Vengeance and Square Enix's The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales. I wanted to talk about my initial impressions on these 2 games, since 2D action games and top-down fantasy exploration games are kinda my jam. Also, I wanted to put out a short-form video to have out while I'm working on these 2 long-form videos at the same time. The Ehrgiez video is almost done, you guys, I swear. Anyway, let's talk about some dope 2D games. I've been a long-time Shinobi fan. Outside of Sonic, Streets of Rage, Jet Set Radio, and my favorite Sega IP. Shinobi Art of Vengeance first got announced at the Game Awards in December 2023. This marks the first new Shinobi game in 14 years. The last Shinobi game prior to this was the 3DS Shinobi game, aptly named Shinobi 3DS. I never got around to play that one, but I heard it was excellent. I'd love to go back and play it, but, you know. When I first saw the initial trailer for this game, I assumed it was going to be a bit of a callback to the OG Genesis Shinobi games. Until, oh baby, there's combos. There's an air dash, there's a mid-air invasion thing, screen clearing Nimpo, which are magic attacks. This feels more like a full-on 2D character action game. Wait a second. Combos, air dashing, heavy offense, and corner pressure? Is this... This feels more like a full-on 2D character action game. Without spoiling too much of the demo, it starts with some exposition detailing the evil ENE Corp seizing territories all over the world who could oppose them. Naturally, Joe Musashi and the Oboro clan oppose them. Joe Musashi leaves his wife behind in the village and meets up with his apprentice Tomoe. Mid-meetup, the ENE pull up, and ninjutsu gaming ensues. Let me tell you that the footage of this game you see on YouTube does not do this game's visuals justice. The character designs and the backgrounds look like something out of an IDW comic. The initial shot of Joe running through the war-torn village is some of the best 2D visuals I've ever seen in any game. Later in the demo, a map gets introduced into your menu on top of new abilities, new Nimpo magic, and new weapons. I initially thought this was a linear action game, but it's starting to feel a little Metroidvania coded. This isn't a bad thing, by the way. I'm highly anticipating this game, and it has a high chance of being a Game of the Year contender for me. Shinobi is dropping later this month, specifically August 28th on Switch 1 and Switch 2, PS4 and PS5, all Xbox versions, and Steam. Let's move on to the next 2D game with a complete opposite tone. I've been a fan of almost every 2D HD project that Square Enix has put out in the last 2 years. I really liked Octopath Traveler 2 and the Live Alive remakes, and I'm currently super into the Dragon Quest III 2D HD remake. This demo of The Adventures of Elliot is no exception. The demo starts out with some exposition of the world of Philabeldia, which I'm gonna mispronounce as Philadelphia about 5 times in this video. The protagonist, a young adventurer named Elliot, and his fairy companion Faye are sent on a journey to investigate some strange happenings in Philabeldia, not Philadelphia. As soon as the game allows you to start playing and are able to wander around the kingdom of Huther, the game's vibes immediately hit me. The high-res 2D sprite work, the bright vibrant colors of the environment, the whimsical music, and the fun yet campy voice acting all gives off the aesthetic I refer to as the Saturday morning aesthetic. For the record, the Saturday morning aesthetic is a compliment. A few of my all-time favorite games have the Saturday morning aesthetic. The Adventures of Elliot as a game feels like an animated show you'd have to wake up at 7:30 AM to see with a bowl of cereal. This game feels like an amalgam of an early 2D Zelda, an early Mana series game, and Alundra. Anybody remember Alundra? Elliot can jump, use swords, arrows, and bombs. Elliot can also team up with Faye to use a dashing attack and warp Elliot to parts of the map that he ordinarily couldn't reach on his own. Near the end of the demo, there's a cool boss fight that forces the player to utilize everything you've learned up until that point. With the Zelda franchise leaning heavily into the Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom verse, I've been itching for a throwback bird's eye view action game. The Adventures of Elliot will be dropping sometime in 2026 on PS5, Xbox Series X, Steam, and Switch 2. The demo's only on Switch 2 though. Thanks for watching. This was just an appetizer for the Ehrgiez deep dive video I'm working on and the top 10 Capcom games that aren't fighting games video, which is also being written as we speak. The Ehrgiez video will be dropping about a week or so after EVO weekend. I'll catch you guys then. Later.